Whether you are an F1 fan or not, this movie is crazy. So I got to watch F1 the movie last night at an early screening / premiere in Toronto. Shout out to my friend Matt for the invite. Check out my Instagram for more from the premiere. And here's my quick spoiler-free review including rating. Let me make this clear. I do not watch F1, okay? Not that I don't like it, I'm just busy with other stuff. I don't know too many racers or too much about the F1 sport. So as someone who doesn't know much about F1 going into this movie, after watching it, do I like F1 now? Do I want to start watching? Do I want to eventually attend a Grand Prix myself in person? Yes. The main thing about this movie that people are going to talk about, that I'm going to want to talk about, that is the main focus, a lot of people can agree on, is the racing aspect of the F1 and in this movie. And I gotta say, it's top tier in this movie. A lot of race scenes. I like the amount that there is. I like the sounds of it, the camera angles, the POVs, etc. It makes me want to be able to be in person and be able to watch these cars go by and even one day maybe sit in an F1 car and maybe even drive for like 5-10 seconds. Oh my gosh. You know, there are some racing movies where like it's not necessarily about the racing but about the people behind the scenes and that the racing is just a part of it. I like that this movie's actually main focus is the racing. Now there's definitely behind the scenes stuff in this movie that I think are nice, but then maybe has that like Hollywood touch where it's like a little exaggerated or more like for the wider audience that maybe F1 diehard fans might not like as much. And there was one relationship in this movie that I like the way it was done, but I just don't care. The quality of this movie, you could really see that it's a big budget movie and you could see where they really put the budget in terms of the racing and the cars themselves, which will look really nice. And then going off of quality, the visuals of this movie I think were great. Seeing them go to different Grand Prix in different locations like Las Vegas, Japan, it was nice. The story and plot of this movie, I enjoyed it. I think it was solid enough going around the racing scenes for us to get involved or invested, even though there were a couple moments. I will say that, you know, as someone who doesn't watch F1, I would still assume that wouldn't really happen in F1. After talking to a couple big fans last night at the screening, they also said it's not the most accurate. And going off a story in terms of like characters wise, I think Brad Pitt does a great job playing the character that he does. I think Damson Idris does a great job, Javier Bardem, etc. I think they all suit their characters well, that the way they acted them. The dialogue of this movie I think was good, solid overall. You know, some moments that made me laugh and just overall like nice things to be said or that maybe I would like to say myself. And then there were a couple moments that were certain things were being said that I just didn't think matched the moment or the scene. And then even speaking with one of the diehard F1 fans after the movie, he said that there were some moments that were like very accurate in what was being said and then other moments that weren't. I like the tone of this movie, the themes, the music I think was good overall. The songs were nice. There's one Rodney Ricch song that I liked and I used to listen to him a lot back in the day. There's one thing that kept happening in this movie that if it wasn't solved or didn't get fixed or it kept happening and didn't change at all towards the end of the movie, I would have really not liked this movie. So I'm really happy and satisfied with the ending, but at the same time knowing about that there is a last race and that the last race and what happened, etc. could have been a little bit different or a little bit better from what I think. Before I give you my rating, would I watch this movie again? Yes, I want to. Would I recommend this movie to you? Yes, it's fast-paced, great race scenes, and you gotta watch in IMAX because those race scenes with the music and themes and everything and the sounds of the cars in that IMAX format, oh yeah! So I give F1 the movie a nice 8.5 out of 10 rating. I hope one day I could sit in an F1 car, and that if you're planning on watching this movie when it releases next week, I hope you enjoy. Thank you for watching, and now it's time for me to go watch Lewis Hamilton and the rest in F1.